The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. Listen to us on Twitter, or you can't listen to us on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter. Listen to us on the Mixler app or watch our live YouTube stream. We are on the campus of Lincoln Community High School, Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Coach Neil Alexander Court. Coach with us this morning. Coach, a lot going on here today. The gym's going to be full, hopefully all day, as the freshman team kicks off at 10 o'clock. And then there'll be a little bit of a break, and then the girls will be tipping off against Peoria Central, and then the high school boys will wrap up the day with the nightcap. So a lot going on here today, Coach. I'm sure you have a busy day getting things organized. Probably officials have been a nightmare trying to just confirm everybody's going to be here, and we'll kick it off here with the Cheap Seats.
Yeah, the officials are no problem, and we've been very fortunate this year that we've not had any issues with officials. So, you need to thank those people that are doing the games and calling the games and officiating. And
are you thanking them over there on the bench?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, that was a funny question.
But, people, it's going to get really, really bad here because if you watch the games and see the age of the officials that are doing the games and check and see how many young people are out there, it's not very good. And, I try to stay off of them. The most of the ones that I'm yelling and screaming at are my buddies, so we laugh at it later. So it's the state of Illinois I think everyone. I don't think it's just the state of Illinois. I think it's everywhere where people just don't want to do it anymore because of the abuse they take.
With the shot clock, you're going to have to go to 4. So if we're going to stay older, they're going to have to go to 4 officials, just 2 stay at each end. Shot clock, they're going to be moving.
Well, it'd all be computerized by then. It's all going to,
that'd be nice.
Who would you yell out then if it was computerized?
Well, I'd find somebody.
The timekeeper.
Somebody at that scorer's table, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah.
Somebody close.
Well, Coach, a big game today. Rock Island, they come into town tonight, and a tough team. They're always usually pretty athletic, and you've had a week to prepare for them after a tough game against a Bloomington team that you knew they were athletic, but boy, they came in last Saturday night and just shot the lights out.
Yeah, they did. They hit some of our weak spots, and we've tried to cover and work on them this week. Whether we got it taken care of, I don't know, but that's why you turn around and play here again. And they shot it really well the first half. They missed some in the second half, and we were able to hit a few in the second half and got a little bit of momentum and finally pulled it out.
Well, we're getting right down to the nitty-gritty now, Coach. We're in end of January, only maybe 4 or 5 weeks left of regular season, and then we'll be getting in the regional play. But right now, several games. I think Railers have maybe 12, 13 games left, just regular season.
Yeah, and I was just talking to Justin Dietrich here yesterday, and he's got next week's his last week of wrestling, regular season wrestling.
Wow.
And it just is unbelievable that we're looking at spring sports getting started here pretty quick, and before you know it, it'll be summertime again. We'll be back around to fall, but the seasons really fly by, and I think our last regular season game was February 16th. Today's already the 21st.
Yeah.
So we're less than a month away from the end of our season.
So and it does fly by. You say it year in, year out, but a team that got a lot of different aspects. You're pretty deep, and not a whole lot, I guess, playing some youngsters, so looking for next year as well. So Lincoln Railers are looking pretty good in the future. Let's talk a little bit about this freshman team as they're out here kind of warming up now, Coach. Got some familiar faces out there. The Featon boy, we all know him. He's got that Verderber blood in him, so hopefully he's gonna follow in the footsteps of that bloodline, and looks like he's already a big boy out there as a freshman.
Big kid.
He is. I mean, you can't talk about his feet. Joe's up here talking about how big his feet is, and he does have some good size shoes on out there. But he does, and he also is got a little young in him, and remember the young boys that played.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And it's hopefully it'll turn out. Freshman has taken a little bit of hit this week. Carson Comnick has a broken finger, and I believe he's out for about 4 weeks, which will about end his freshman career. But we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully he's a tough kid, and hopefully things will work out that we could possibly get him back towards the end of the year. But that's will hurt the freshman group as well as the sophomore group in forcing us to make some rotations that way.
Yeah, it's going to help. It's going to hurt you, but it could also help you where other kids are going to have to step up and take on a different role and just make them a better player as well.
Yeah, no doubt. Anytime you have an injury, those things happen. If somebody else is going to have to step into to that role, and hopefully we've got a couple kids down there that can do that.
And obviously the head coach for the freshmen, Coach J. Mack, Josh McClellan, back in action. Took a year off or so. Had to take care of some things, some personal things, but now he's back. And does that bring any more energy to the gym? I mean, he's kind of quiet right now.
Energy.
I mean, he's quiet. I've never seen him this quiet down there sitting on the bench.
He's just getting primed.
Well, his Ticketmaster sales are down and stuff, so I don't know how he's doing with that.
Yeah. Well, everything went digital, so I think he took a hit. So yeah,
he's hurting a little bit.
Yeah,
he didn't help us last year because of health issues and with COVID and so forth, and he was a pretty sick man, and we're lucky to have him back, and he's just one of our, out of the coaching staffs, the different personalities that we have and fit together that makes our staff really, really special. If you got to have somebody that keeps you loose, and that's our
keeps you on your toes.
Keeps you on your toes.
Never know what's going to.
He is definitely that
Look
guy.
Look at him go now.
Oh, he's got Matt, our trainer over there. He's got him cornered, and.
There he goes. There he goes.
The camera should be on him.
It is. Yeah.
Let's see if he's going to show us a little something. Show us that defensive stance again.
Well, he doesn't get very low.
No, now he's going to demonstrate.
Now he's
something.
There he goes. But yeah, Coach, I mean, not having him around for that, I mean, you had to feel a little lost, because you're just used to hearing that big voice, and there's J Mac, and it's just it's a great guy, and it's good to see him back out here doing something that he loves.
Yeah, and he starts our kids off right and teaching them how to play, how hard it takes, and how hard you got to work, and he never changes.
No,
and it's got to be great for the freshman kids to come in here because they're a nervous wreck.
He works them really, really hard, but they all love him, and he throws some fun into it. But he also teaches them the aspects of our program.
Well, we'll definitely have him on the show. It wouldn't be a basketball season on the Cheap Seats without a J Mac interview, so we'll get him on towards the end of the year when their season's wrapped up, and it should be entertaining.
And Coach, as these questions that these announcers ask these people on the radio, you think your team has definitely gotten better over the course of the season, and I know you're going to say no way, but how close are you to being tournament ready?
Well, we don't have a choice. As it gets closer, you have to be, and it becomes a mental aspect now. The physical part is, they've worked and they're in shape, and they got to decide, what they want to do with it, how hard they want to play, how focused they want to be. I think most of your game is 50% mental. You got to be prepared. You got to think about it. You got to know what you're doing. You got to react. You can't think basketball. Football, you got, 30 seconds in between plays, and you get a play call. You got time to think a little bit about what I got to do. You can't do that on the basketball court. You have to be able to react to situations and so forth. So our guys are getting better at it, and, it all goes down to how well we shoot the basketball on a given game. When you get to the state tournament, you have one bad one, sorry, you're done. So, it'll just be how consistent we can shoot the basketball.
Well, putting your athletic director hat on, when you schedule these tougher games with, your Quincy's, even your Bloomingtons, your Rock Islands, you've got MacArthur coming up, that's only going to make you guys better. I mean, just to play those better teams, just to see where you're at, obviously that's something that you look to do year in, year out, and it's just going to help the kids, with that type of talent and opponent, for when regionals and sectionals do come around.
This is the reason that we schedule Rock Islands Quincy is because of the quickness. The bigger, the stronger the athletes, and we've lost 4 games, but 3 of them have been to 4A schools.
Right.
And they bring a different kind of basketball with strength, quickness, and I thought you saw that in the Illinois-Indiana game. I thought Indiana kids were really physical and strong, and everything. But that's one of the parts that you're doing when you get into the non-conference schedule. So, you can play and win every game, but what's it do for you? Our goal is to advance as deep as we can in the postseason, and I really want to stress that and make sure our kids know that the state tournament is what we're shooting for.
Right, it's the ultimate goal. One other goal you got to still have on the table is that Apollo Conference, title. Obviously, Mount Zion's leading it right now with you guys right behind them. That game's coming up, February 7th? You got that marked on the calendar. It's on your calendar circled, and you got to think it's at Mount Zion. You got to think that it's going to be 2 different teams that you see out there when you guys face against each other in February. I mean, you guys have improved. I'm sure they've improved. I think they got a couple of kids back that we didn't see, so it'll be a tough one, but we got a lot of basketball before then.
Yeah, we do, and hopefully we don't shoot 2 of 25 when we play them again. Because if you do that, you're not going to win many basketball games 2 of 25. So I think we've gotten a lot better. I think our schedule has prepared us for the bigger games, and we'll keep working at it.
Let's talk a little bit about Rock Island tonight, Coach. Obviously, they're going to be an athletic team up and down the court. Had some problems with them last year. They had some studs on that team. I'm sure they just kind of rebuild, and they got a lot to pick from up there in Rock Island.
Yeah, I think they don't pick; they recruit. They got 4 new bodies on there, and it's kind of hard, and upsetting to know schools do that and go out and find. Personally, I think the IHSA needs to rank teams accordingly to how many transfers they have come into their program. We've got teams in Chicago that has a whole new starting 5 from year to year, and that's not right. That's not what high school basketball is about.
How do you go?
I don't know. I don't know, but first of all, the IHSA doesn't control Chicago. Chicago controls Chicago, so they pretty much do what they want to do. So
well, let's draw that line, Interstate 80 and up. That's your guys' thing.
And down here, if you tried it, you'd stick out like a sore thumb and be caught in a second.
I'd be on probation, and they would be in the building looking. So, but it's a tough job. But you got to play every team that steps up to the plate, and you got to be able to compete. And, our kids will compete. They play hard. They really play hard.
I thought the Bloomington game, I thought, they had a lot of chances in that game to kind of just fade away, and didn't.
Yeah.
It kept coming back, and got the double.
Again, you play the game, you hope you get 2 or 3 shots to drop in a row and bang, and that's what happened, and you got yourself a little momentum, and that carried us for about a 15-point run, and, that got us a big enough lead to be able to hold on.
Yeah, and all of a sudden when you got the lead, like just from being around Lincoln basketball forever, once you got that lead, I knew Bloomington wasn't coming back and winning that game.
Yeah,
they had to play it. But
they really struggled once we made that run. Their shots didn't go. And I've said it before on the air, you got to find shooters that are going to shoot well when you're down 10 and you need a bucket, or you're tied and you need a bucket. Shooting when you're 30 points ahead is a whole different game, and you're much more relaxed, but that's what you try to tell your guys. Put them under pressure, keep the game close, and see how well they can compete out of there.
Is this game a freshman game down here?
This is a freshman.
Have you seen that guy?
I've seen a few of them.
Holy cow.
That guy's the size of about 4 of our kids.
I'm sure he's on that football team that scores about 900 points a game.
Pretty big boy.
Right tackle.
Yeah. We're going to run behind him. Or give him the ball. He's on the basketball team.
He's going to be hard to box out today, Joe. But, it's a 7 o'clock start tonight, Coach. JV starting at 5:30. And got Rock Island coming to town. But before that, obviously, we got a freshman game here in about 40 minutes. And then the girls, early this afternoon, they've got Peoria Central coming in, ranked number 2 in the state. And what's the Railers? They're top 5, aren't they?
I think we're tied for third.
Tied for third.
I don't even know who we're tied with, but that's what we're at. So we got the second and third place or ranked team in the state here this afternoon.
Well, that should be good basketball, and hopefully this place is packed, and there's no reason it should be.
Yep. It should be a great game.
And what's their leading player?
It's a Guyton.
Yeah, Guyton.
It's AJ Guyton, who played at Indiana, played at Peoria Central, but went to Indiana, and we won't hold that against him. But she's only a junior too. So.
Wow. So, it's going to be her and Froby for the next couple years, and, they'll be battling neck to neck. And I know that we're missing one of our star players, but the Lady Railers have just kind of kept rolling. And this is going to be a tough or good match for them just to see where they are at, because all their games have been by 30 or 40 points. So they haven't really had a close one. We thought they were going to have a close one last Monday when they traveled up north, and that was even a blowout. So this should be a good test for them.
Yeah, they get Becca back and get her into some running and things. And we have moved one of their basketball games from January 26th to February 7th. And hopefully that fits into their schedule a little bit, to where maybe Becca can get back in and pick up another game there. So we have to move that game. So.
And we were talking earlier about how it's pretty easy to shoot a ball when you're up 30, but not when you're down 10. These girls haven't been tested.
Yeah, exactly.
Late in the game.
This will be a great test for them today, and they need a good test going. Because they're down. We've got 4 weeks. They've got maybe 2.5, 3 weeks in their season. So it's coming to a close real quick.
Zip dried up on there. Yeah, I really feel like we'll have a great crowd out here today for the girls game.
I do too.
Yeah, we'll have it. We'll have it on air, and then be sure to check in at halftime of the girls game, as legendary Lady Railer Jan Bowers will be interviewed at halftime. So
I tell you what, Jan Bowers hard to beat on the golf course too.
Yeah.
Wasn't she like first or second team All-State or something in basketball? And on the golf course, she's lights out, still winning stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, she's good.
Well, Coach, I know you got a full plate today. Probably has some things to get wrapped up as the freshmen are out here warming up. And thanks for taking some time. And hopefully this place will be buzzing all day long.
Rocking and rolling.
Come on out.
And we owe it all to the AD, so nice job, Coach.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have more here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Have you ever seen somebody treated unfairly because of the color of their skin?
Do you guys know what it means to have white privilege?
What is racism and what do you think about it?
Talk to young children about what racism is, giving them the language to understand it. They can be disruptors. They can shape and shift culture.
We may not always know the answer, but we'll try and help you learn.
You don't have to have all the answers, but that doesn't mean we can't start.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Joe Ryan, Lloyd Kirby, Jim Ash is here, but he's not working today. He's looks like he's on his phone negotiating our new contract.
Oh, he's making a big deal out of something.
Yeah.
When Jim gets on the phone, it means business. Look at his face.
No, you're gonna.
And then he gets aggravated with us.
Yeah, well,
ain't he some?
Why wouldn't you? But yeah, we're here at Royas Anderson Gymnasium today. About 32 seconds on the clock. Joe, we got some freshman basketball.
32 minutes.
32 minutes. My bad. I was thinking about something else here. But yeah, we got some freshman basketball going on. Looks like Rademacher coming up.
Rademacher's coming. Well, he's got donuts.
Is he gonna put? Oh, he's coming for a donut. I thought
nothing wrong with that.
You got to have an interview for that donut.
You got to take J-Mac on.
Take J-Mac?
Why he's on the bench? He likes cream.
Yeah, he likes the cream filled. There you go. Thought that was from us. Coach Rademacher joining us. They need some nourishment down there if they're going to coach basketball.
Yeah, they Saturday morning basketball. That's almost as bad as afternoon basketball. You know, they're not woke yet. You know, I went out to the rec center this morning and watched the nephew play a little bit. That was fun.
Whoa! I thought he was going to say I went out to the rec this morning
to work out.
Worked out.
Oh no, I got that at home.
So,
Yeah, I got a workout.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought a new treadmill back right after Thanksgiving. Still new.
Is it half price yet? Because when it's half price, I'll take it. And then I'll sell it in a couple of months for a quarter of the price.
No, it's going to be used starting Monday. Got to get back in shape, or got to get in shape. It's been a while.
You know, you go on like what's it called on Facebook, the little place where you can go. Logan County sells stuff.
Yeah.
You go on and look at some of that stuff, and there's some, you know, you see some dumbbells and a little bit of workout stuff, and I always kind of look at that and go, you know, I should get that. And then I look at it and go, oh, why? No. Why?
You should.
All I'm going to do is move it around the garage and then try to get rid of it.
Yeah, you know, you turn 50 and aspects of
the check engine light comes on.
You're like, well, I better do something with my life, you know, before it's over.
That's when it hits you. Yeah. Hey.
So.
Well, you know, you still have time. We could go on.
So.
You know what? I think Furniture Jake would get in on us. We ought to just start the three of us a little
club.
Or hell, we get Lloyd in.
We get Jim.
He could probably stand to lose a couple
Jim's
pounds.
Pretty fit. Look at him.
Jim works out. He does a lot of walking with those dogs. See, he's probably all right. I'm not. The rest of us could stand to lose a few pounds.
Where is Jake today? He's just a no-show? No call, no show?
You know, I don't know. He's of course he lives in Jake Land, which is right next to Neverland.
He's probably home washing his Nebraska jersey.
Boy, he's not afraid to wear that every day, is he?
That thing's glued to him.
He's wearing that every day.
Oh,
and that end looks big on him.
Yeah,
you know,
or small.
No, that thing's about a size XXX. It looks pretty big on him, but we thought we'd have him here talk to us about some sales maybe he's got going on, or you know, something. But we get nothing. It's kind of we could have had J-Mac pop up before the game.
Yeah, but, he's in game mode, but we're going to definitely have him on, you know, before
at some point in time.
Before at some point in time.
There you go. I
mean, it's not basketball season without a J-Mac interview.
No. Now let's, you know, I know that you may not want to go into it, but let's go ahead and talk about the struggles Illinois had against Indiana.
Oh,
Throw
boy.
something out at us.
Throw something out. Physicalness. Stopping their big guy. We had a big problem with their big guy. Had like 35 points. Didn't have an answer for him. I don't know. Illinois is just one of those mystery teams. You don't know what you're going to get. You know, it's like opening up a Cracker Jack box. What kind of prize you going to get?
Forrest Gump type stuff.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, it's so frustrating that they have the talent there. You see it, but then, I don't know. They're just a hard team to figure out. But there's still time, you know. Probably not going to win the Big Ten, but let's finish the season strong and get a good seed and, you know, make that NCAA tournament.
It's all about that tournament run.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's so fun when that gets here.
Yeah, and, you know, they got within 8 points second half, and you thought, all right, here we go. And then Indiana just go on a run. We had no no answer.
Well, you know those other teams look at how, and I can't remember his name, but the big dude inside.
Jackson, Trace Jackson, or whatever.
Those other, teams look at that and go, wow, we could do the same thing. And so we're gonna have to
and Purdue's one of them with Edey. I mean, that guy's 7'8" or whatever, and just a beast. And that's another team we're going to have issue with, just because we don't have Kofi. Kofi.
Just gonna say that
Kofi shut those guys down.
Yeah.
And Danger, he's good on offense. Defensively, he's just not there yet. But it's basketball. Anybody can beat anybody. Who just beat Gonzaga the other night?
Oh yeah, who was that? Somebody.
Loyola Marymount.
Yes. Yeah.
Beat Gonzaga. Gonzaga's top 10 team, and
what was it? How many? I don't know the number, but a zillion games they won at home.
Yeah. And Loyola Marymount comes in and beats you. So basketball, it's funny. Anybody can beat anybody. There's not that dominant team. Who's held the number one spot? I mean, rankings are just rankings, but that thing's just been up and down, and nobody's really remained at that number one spot. And
I feel like Illinois doesn't have that intimidator inside like you're talking about that can make you take a different type of shot. Intimidate your shot inside.
Yeah, we don't. That's just simple answer. We don't have that guy, but we have other guys. We got some shooters. We're just, I don't know. There's time. You got to be hopeful, and nobody likes
the tournament.
Yeah, nobody likes to lose. I mean, I hate losing, but
But sometimes it happens, and then sometimes people call you a loser. You know what I mean? I don't, but I think Jake has.
I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, that's an everyday occurrence right there.
And if you've lost, you are a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a wise man tell me one time, Joe, do you know why they invented scoreboards? I said, no. And he goes, so the losers know who they are. That's funny.
And we do know.
Not about the winners. It's about the losers.
Right.
There you go. Well, we missed our boy Furniture.
Jake? Yeah. He's just one of those. I don't know what he might be down in the White Sands.
There's an Indiana fan. Look, hey,
he's got it on.
Put all your Indiana gear on too, didn't you? Oh yeah.
Somebody just threw up in here.
Oh yeah, we knew you're an Indiana fan when you came in.
Came in smiling, wearing that red.
No. But if we have a chance, we're gonna get all this tournament down, and when the 64 teams go, we're gonna have us our own.
We're gonna have show. We're gonna have something like a contest or something.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
We gonna involve the listeners, I think.
And we get through. We got to start getting some.
Lloyd can throw that on the website.
We'll do an online pick 'em, and then the winner's gonna win a prize bundle.
Well, since Jake isn't here, we're gonna throw in something from Jake's. We're gonna throw in some donuts.
We'll throw in. I don't know. Do we still give away pizzas?
Yep. We can give away some pizzas.
We'll give away. What can you contribute?
Donuts.
Oh, there donuts. A sack of donuts?
Or, a free insurance review.
Okay.
Most time they're free anyway. We're going to give you a free one.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's see if we can make that happen.
We can make it happen, that's for sure.
Just getting people to participate is.
Well, we're putting you on right now. Let's go. You step right on. Put that headset on. Right now. Let's go. There it is.
We can do that.
Put it on. We're waiting on you.
We're live.
We're all live right now. Grab a donut and put that on. Let's go. There's the camera. We can't wait all day for. Hey, and I know you like to talk.
Yeah. Like you.
All right, let's turn that on. We're on.
Is it on?
We're on. Look, and just like that, we have a guest.
Just look in that camera and smile and tell us who's joining us right now.
Tell you who's joining you?
Yeah.
Larry Crawford.
No, the man, Larry Crawford.
The man,
and he struts in here with his Indiana sweatshirt on.
I saw him when he walked through the door, Indiana.
Doing this, just.
And if Illinois won, he came in here and wouldn't be Indiana again.
Now, you got to know it was so amazing when we were at the game the other night. So we walked in, of course, it's all orange, and there's a few Indiana fans scattered. This guy sitting next to me, he says,
how'd you get in here? He said, you come all the way from Indiana? I said, no, I came from Lincoln. He said, I'm sorry. I said, what do you mean you're sorry? He said, well, I'm from Taylorville. He said, I was at a ball game a couple years ago. I got kicked out of the gym. I said, what? So by the end of the game, that guy, he had his older gentleman. He had his son, who was an adult older gentleman, and he had his 2 grandsons and his nephews there, and they were cheering for the Illini, of course. By the end of the game, that man started cheering every time Indiana scored. My wife Wendy looked at him and said, well, did we win you to the other side? He said, well, Illinois can't make a basket. Might as well cheer for the Hoosiers.
Just fun to cheer, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it's never fun to boo. You know, you always want to cheer. So
I would give you trouble about that Indiana stuff, but I've known you a long time, and you always been an Indiana fan.
I grew up in Indiana, so you know,
I'm all right.
I got to cheer for my team.
I mean, this guy, he's Mr. Bandwagon. That's what we call him.
Is he?
He jumps. Whoever's, So
who do you start with? Do we even know?
Well, we don't know. We really don't know.
There's no drug testing or anything on this show. You don't need to listen to him.
I'm just speaking the truth, Joe.
He's
kind of wearing North Carolina blue right now, so I don't know.
It's a gift. I think I stole this from Garrett.
With a pink shirt underneath. He color coordinates well.
Hey, you know what? I'm up here. I'm not down there. I'm trying to fit in.
You used to be down there, though, right?
Oh, yeah, blend in. Yeah, I got in trouble too many times down at that scorer's table.
So you got a boy playing, I'm assuming, today?
Yeah, my son Elijah, he's on the freshman team.
Okay, what number is he?
He is number 2.
Number 2, and you've been going to games all year. How are they looking? I mean, we talked to Coach Al a little earlier, and they're going to have some struggles with Komnick being out, but that just gives them the opportunity to, step up and take on a different role. So
that's what I told him. I said, hey, it's your opportunity. You guys got to step up. But no, Komnick's a great player, but he's obviously injured right now. So maybe a rough end of the season. But
yeah, but it's only going to make, being a freshman, it's not all about wins and losses. It's about, fundamentals and getting better.
Right.
And that's just going to make these kids, better, not relying on that one person where, they step up and, it's their time to shine and take advantage.
Right. J-Mac's doing a great job. He's done a great job coaching them, and it's like you say, a great opportunity for him to step up and see what they can do.
I don't know if you're going to like him too much today, because we talked to J-Mac just a little while ago, and he's got your boy man-to-man with that guy down there stretching.
Yeah.
Team down there by the 3-point line.
Do we got a birth certificate on that guy?
He's going man-to-man.
He's going to have to box him out.
Maybe he's here early for the varsity game tonight.
He's just getting a stretch. He's a big dude.
He's a big dude, and he's bigger than J-Mac.
Oh, my goodness.
And, if he's playing basketball, looks like he's pretty mobile.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how he moves up and down the court.
I'm sure he's probably right tackle on the field.
Wow. Yeah. That's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, he's a pretty big boy, and I think your son can stay with him.
he may stay with him. I'm just not sure what's going to happen when the guy shoots over top of him.
Just don't take a charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, my goodness.
Well, let's talk a little bit. Hey, you've had a lot happen in the world in your world. Tell us about, just give us a little scenario you got going out there with LCU and everything.
We have.
Big deal.
It is a big deal. As a matter of fact, we're praying for years for 10 acres. And because we were in our 3rd location, and there's nowhere for people to get in. They drive in, drive out. They couldn't get in. We're 2 services. And so all of a sudden the Lord opened this door. Now, I graduated from LCU, my undergrad, my master's, love the university. And it worked out to where we could purchase half of the university, and they could still stay on the other half of the university. And so it worked out well for both of us, advancing the kingdom and laboring side by side. And so, we entered into a lease to purchase, and we're looking to close by the end of the month on our part of it. So
nice.
Pretty exciting things going on.
The chapel and the gym.
So what happened is we've got, like I said, we were praying for 10 plus acres, and we ended up with just about 60 acres.
60?
6 buildings.
Yeah.
So the chapel, the Laughlin Center, the Field House, Ruth Hall, Alumni Hall, and Titus Hall.
Wow.
And the ball fields and all that. So we're excited because it's going to give us an opportunity to better serve our community. We've already got the high school in there doing practices. We got some baseball teams in there that are using the field house over the winter and stuff like that. Our Family Fun Day this year will be there, which is good because they put a skating ring in, and so
down in the park.
So it was like, well, that worked out the right time. So we'll expand that this year, and we need to get you guys out there. You guys
that sounds pretty interesting. I was going to ask you how you're going to utilize all that space, but you probably have some pretty good ideas and some opportunities.
Yeah, we do. We actually we've had a men's basketball league. We started at the old YMCA 3-on-3 half court, and then we rented the Baptist gymnasium, and now we have our own gym. But we have 6 teams of men that play every Thursday night. We'll do a regular 10-game season. We did it in the fall. Now we're in the winter season. We just actually game 2 was Thursday. We're 2-0. Our team is, so we're doing well. But let me tell you, I'm playing against guys that we even had some Division I players come in, former Division I. I'm playing against guys. Well, it's kind of like this right here, you know. I mean, you know, looking out there, and but you know what? It's awesome. It's guys coming together, and then we've got some other sports going on. Volleyball. We're going to open up a softball tournament and season there on the baseball field, and then we're going to look to host some sports camps and some other things like that. So we've got some big plans.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know it was a surprise when you guys did it. I was like, wow, cool stuff.
Well, it's a surprise for us too. I mean, like I say, you're praying for this, and all of a sudden it opens up, and it just worked out. It was good for us and good for them. And like I said, we love Lincoln Christian University and want to see it be successful and in this new transition. And I believe it's going to be. I believe they got a great plan that's going to work.
Okay, well good.
And I tell you, if you haven't heard this guy speak, he's pretty good, really. I mean, I'd even say it if he wasn't standing there.
I was going to say, you're looking right at me when you're saying that.
He's a pretty good speaker. He is. You're a pretty good guy. You're pretty good at it.
I keep telling you, I got a seat saved for you. Now I got even more seats saved for you.
Well, are they close to the back? Because I don't like to get up too close to the front.
Well, we can get you one in the back or one in the front. I kind of like you right next to me, though, you know.
No, I think I need to be next to you.
You be up front, Joe.
If I get up that close, I'm grabbing a tambourine and I'm in the band.
Now that would be we are live streaming, so we would love to see that. You know, that would go out to the world, Joe.
Yeah. Well, let me practice a little bit before I get started on it. I don't need to jump into something too soon. So, how did you not end up being a Purdue fan?
Purdue.
Or do you hate on Purdue?
Why are you cursing on the radio?
That's what I wondered.
You know, if you're an Indiana fan, like we don't even like Purdue. And
I just wondered.
Purdue's having a phenomenal season this year.
Yeah.
I had a memory pop up, though, several years ago when Indiana beat Purdue, so I'm hoping that could happen this year, but I don't know. Purdue looks really good.
Your hands full.
Yeah, got her hands full.
What made you an Indiana fan? I mean, you lived there, but who was your favorite player from back when? I'm trying to find your age.
You're trying to find my age?
Yeah,
okay, well.
Throw a player at it.
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Alford. Calvert Chaney. You know,
I was a big Steve Alford fan.
Yeah, Steve Alford was the man. You know,
you kind of got your hair like Steve used to have.
There we go. See?
Yeah.
He would shoot and he'd say, "Write it down, man. It's done."
Yeah, that dude was tough.
Also thinking back to Landon Turner and Ray Tolbert and man,
who hit the big shot? Wasn't it Smart? He's
smart. Yeah, they thought Alford was going to take it and popped it out to the side. Let me tell you a funny story about that. So I was here at the college, or at the Lincoln Christian College and Seminary at the time when that happened in '87. So it must have been my sophomore year. And my roommate and I, who's from Terre Haute, Indiana, we were watching the game. And we were watching, and it went down to that last second. You know, we're into the game, we're standing up, and we're moving, and all of a sudden they shot that shot. When he made it, we both jumped up in the air. When I jumped up, I punched my roommate in the lip and busted his lip. But we were so happy they won, you know.
Didn't matter.
Well, it's a little blood, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's good. We felt like you were in the action.
Oh, man, we were right there in the midst of it, celebrating. But it's been a while. It's about time for, us to win one again.
Well, yeah. This might be the year.
I don't know about that.
Probably not.
Not yet. But I do like Woodson, though. I used to watch him, too. I like how he's turned it around. And I like that Bob Knight's back in the picture, so.
Yeah, it's not Indiana basketball without Bob Knight, is it?
No, we were talking to a guy over at the game there, and he said, man, the best times were when Lou Henson and Bob Knight were coaching. I said, I remember those times.
Yeah. We went down back when the All-Star game was in St. Louis. That was years ago. Bryson was just a little guy, and we were down in the big convention center, and here come Bob Knight. And we just got Bryson a corn dog. So he's like, oh, there's Bob Knight. And so him and Austin ran over there, and we have a picture of Bryson getting Bob Knight's autograph with a corn dog in his hand.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it was funny. It was neat. But,
that's a great memory.
Yeah, it was. And well, we got to take a break, Joe. We got some sponsors that want recognized.
Well, Larry, thanks for joining us. You look good.
Hey, thank you.
We're not on you about that Indiana thing.
No,
it's
no.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I got a whole congregation full of Illini fans. It's all good.
That's right.
They're already worried about what I'm going to say tomorrow at church about that game. So you guys may want to come check it out.
Well,
hey, thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. All right, Joe.
Donut.
Yeah, let's take a commercial break, our last one, and then we'll wrap it up here on the Cheap Seats.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. So if you want to talk to your kids, you got to get it trending. I was just trying to get your attention.
Could I just ask?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. We are at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. WLCN going to be hanging out here for most part of the day as the freshmen get ready to tip off here in about 8 minutes and 40 seconds. And then the girls JV and varsity this afternoon, and then we'll finish it up with boys tonight. So a lot going on here. Yeah, there's starting to roll in here. Freshman getting ready to kick it off. J-Mac at the helm, back in action.
Slimmed up some, hasn't he?
Yeah,
slimmed up. That's what we got to say.
Yeah.
You know, he can hear us sometime.
Yeah.
So J-Mac looks good.
He does look good. It's good to see him back in the gym.
Well, you know, we're talking a lot of basketball, but you know what's upon us?
Football.
The NFL playoffs, and let's start with the Bears. They're not in.
No.
The Cardinals, they're not in.
Tampa
and
Bay.
the Bucks that were in.
Not
wow,
in.
how bad
and
were they?
Did you have the opportunity to talk to Tom to see how he feels, what his decision is, what's he going to do?
I texted him and then asked him replied back that I'll get back there. He doesn't.
Well, you're going to need to know so you can get a jersey wherever team he's going. So
where do you think?
You might be the Raiders. I mean, there's a jersey for you. You might already have one of those.
You know, the problem with it is this. He is the GOAT, and you can't walk away from this game like that, can you? You know what I mean? So I think he comes back.
The problem is you may walk out different than that next year.
You'll be 46 next year. That's old to be playing in the NFL.
And you could just tell. I mean, he doesn't have that arm zing. Some of those passes the other day were just like, that's not Tom Brady.
No.
Hang it up, bud. I mean, I just don't think he wants to get out of the limelight. You know, once he retires, I mean.
Well, when you talk to any of those guys, or you not talk to them, but I mean, you watch interviews and stuff, it's tough for those guys to step away.
Absolutely.
Unless you're injured. It's tough to just go, I'm done.
I'm done. Because
he doesn't need money.
They've been involved in some sort of football since they were probably 5.
Well, he might need money if he took that big loss in that crypto thing, because he was big in that.
Was he?
With that dude that's going to jail.
Yeah. But I think Tom Brady probably has an offer on the table to go up in the booth, a pretty big number, like around $100 million, I'm hearing.
Did you see what Romo was getting?
I know.
$18 million a year.
Yeah, he's good. I like Romo.
$18 million a year.
A lot of people don't like Romo. I like Romo, even though he was a Cowboy. It doesn't matter now.
And like I always say,
he's entertaining.
A lot of those announcers do, what we do. You can tell a lot of stuff after it happens.
Oh yeah.
And Romo will tell you what's going to go on before it happens.
Yeah,
it
happens.
Which is unique.
Yeah. It's just he's got that QB mentality. There's so many different scenarios in each and every play, and he's on top of it.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's good. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the playoffs. How Dallas looked like they could win the Super Bowl beating Tampa Bay. Although Tampa Bay's not a good football team.
Tampa Bay's just
Dallas looked good.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is old. You had Tom Brady back there.
We'll start at the top today. The first game off the charts is Jacksonville and KC. And how about that Jacksonville?
Boy, how about Jacksonville down 27-0 against the Chargers and come back and win that thing?
Unbelievable.
That's I just don't know that they can do it 2 weeks in a row. At Chiefs, that's a tough place to play. You got to go up against Mahomes. Could be a shootout. Could be a high-scoring game. But you got to believe the Chiefs are going to handle that one.
Yeah, I would think the Chiefs win that ball game.
But you never know.
Every year there is that team that gets in there that you're like, gosh, didn't think that. And now this year it's Jacksonville.
It's Jacksonville.
Of course, the other team you didn't think possibly wasn't getting there were the Giants, and they play later today playing the Eagles.
At 9-7-1, the Giants get in. They're going to take on the Eagles that are 14-3. Is Jalen Hurts playing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then I like the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are tough.
You got to like the Eagles, but how good did the Giants look with Danny the Dime last week? That guy was good last week.
You got Saquon. He's going to be a free agent next year. A lot of rumors saying that he might be a Cardinal in the Windy City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Bears. Who knows? But so you got New York and Philly going at it.
Right.
So that's East Coast right there. This should be a pretty good game.
And tomorrow you've got the Bengals at the Bills.
Yeah, and that's probably a little emotional one there. Everybody remembers a couple weeks ago the Bengals and the Bills in the first quarter. First half. I mean, it was
first.
It was pretty early. You know,
early second quarter, maybe something.
And that game ended, and they didn't make it up, and now they're going to get back on the field and take on.
And the Bills are so good, and in the beginning they looked like nobody could beat them.
Yeah, and they've kind of come back down to earth a little bit, and the Bengals, they're playing their best football towards the end of the season. So I got to tell you, that's probably a flip of a coin there. I don't even know how to judge that one. And anything I say, go the opposite, and you're going to win.
Well, that's you should have your own site then.
Yeah.
Tell people the wrong way to go.
More times than not, I'm wrong. And
then tomorrow night's another great one. The Cowboys looking as good as they do,
and the 49ers.
And the Niners look like they could win the whole thing.
Yeah, but you got a four-string quarterback down there, Mr. Irrelevant and Purdy.
He's been pretty good.
But when does that? The Cowboys have had weeks to. This he's not under the radar anymore. And these teams game plan for quarterbacks. They know his tendencies. They know his weaknesses. And you got to think that the Cowboys, that's a tough defense. Cowboys, a tough defense.
And the pressure on him will be. Oh, the Cowboys. I think
Parsons is going to have a game. I think he'll probably just, he could be a key difference in this game, Michael Parsons.
Did you watch Hard Knocks when they were on?
No.
You kind of got to know Parsons as a rookie and his his mom and stuff, and I'll tell you what, I cheer for the guy. That guy's good.
Yeah,
that guy, he's a good football player.
Cowboys are good. Don't really want to see them win, but they're good. They have a good chance.
Yeah, I still have that old NFC East rivalry thing when they were in with the Cardinals, and I never liked the Cowboys, but it's been a long time.
I get sick and tired of hearing America's team. They're not really America's team.
No, the Cardinals are.
Are they?
I think so. It's what I've been told.
No.
Well, it's not the Bears.
I'm not saying it is, but is there America's team?
I think it's the Cardinals.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either.
You lost your coach. He's flying to Taiwan or something, not coming back. That's just a train wreck there. You got J.J. Watt retiring. You got little Smurf. I don't know if he's going to be a future quarterback.
What is he? You can't let him go.
Hopkins is probably going to be gone.
If I was Hopkins, I'd get out of there.
Yeah.
Nobody can throw you the ball.
He's going to be on the Bears with Saquon.
Big difference there. You pop on a good team, and all of a sudden, you're good.
You're good. You're relevant.
I don't know. The Cardinals, they've been set back 10 years. They're going to be 4 and however many next year. They're not going to win.
No.
I don't think anything can help them. We're getting ready to tee it up here.
Well, we're going to catch a minute or so of this game, and we're getting ready for some starting lineups here. J-Mac paying off the ref. We just got one ref.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's going to be tough. Why don't you grab a whistle, Joe?
And a shirt. Well, you could run home and grab me one.
And I got to tell you, I keep getting Lincoln's athletic trainer. It looks a lot like Steve Sloan.
He does. Yeah.
I'm like,
you're right.
Steve Sloan's here. No, that's our athletic trainer. And, Missy, she used to do it for years, and now she's doing something else. So, it looks like Steve Stone's doppelganger is doesn't he look like him?
He does.
Yeah, so.
Boy, a lot of pressure on one official. Luckily, there's not a big crowd.
That guy's going to be tired.
I'm going to tell you what, he starts. Must be pretty athletic.
I mean, you don't have any help. Blown call here, blown call. I don't know if that's, planned or some guy didn't show up, but you think Coach Al would put on some stripes and get out there.
Well, as part of his athletic directorship, he should be out there, and we'll send him a text. He's probably getting ready. I don't see him down there. He's probably putting on his stripes.
Now, if I was that guy, I'd stand right at half court and not move and just call it from there.
Yeah, you can't get down the paint. He can't see everything going on.
No.
This is funny.
I mean, it's hard to do with 2 referees these days, and now we got 1.
Well, let's see.
And count the bucket, too. You got a lot of ground to cover, Joe. I mean, if somebody hits a 3 in that corner, I mean, he's not going to know if it's a 3 or 2. Is his foot on the line? I think it's just going to be one of those relaxed games.
I think he's going to have to, he's got to play at the middle of the court.
Well, I take that back. A relaxed game with J-Mac on the bench, no.
J-Mac will probably get on him, too, just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And there we go, a bucket there. That's got to be a tongue gate, right? All tied up at 2 here. Kicking off the day with freshmen, and then we're going to follow up with some girls basketball and then the boys tonight. Yeah.
Hey,
well, Joe, it's
different colored shoes. We need to see if Neil will start that.
Well,
we could wear red and green shoes. That'd be great.
That would be cool.
Come on, Neil.
All right, Joe. Well, it's 10 o'clock. We're going to have to wrap it up here today.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. We got a big day of basketball going on.
Yeah,
probably got some chores to do.
You going to be out here all day?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to come back and watch the girls' game for sure.
Okay. Yeah, well.
Then I'm going to go watch NFL.
Yeah. No boys tonight? No rally towel throwing tonight? Today?
No, I got NFL on.
Okay,
right.
well, locate those rally towels so we can get them dispersed.
All right. Well, you know what? I'd like to thank you for being here today.
I'd like to thank you as well. Yeah, showing up.
I'll tell you what, you're good. I've heard stories about you, but they're as good as they said.
Here comes our number one fan right here, walking up the bleachers. So that's going to do it for us today here on the Cheap Seats. And, stick around because we'll have the girls' game this afternoon and then the boys' game tonight.
Good day.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.